I tend to write off young Republicans as traitors to their youth and class whose opinions are for the most part absolute.
Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. It's your body, my choice.
Yeah, keep that in mind. But today's shocking breaking news story is so dystopian upon deeper digging that I feel like an idiot for thinking that we could just write off these insane far-right ideas and how they are permeating through society and especially our youth. Because at a New York Young Republican Club event last night, where I can only assume all the drinks were laced, 27-year-old Trump advisor Bruesewitz, who was tasked with making Trump look cool to the youth during his campaign, completely collapsed in the middle of his speech. And I am happy he is okay, but I am not happy he was able to accomplish what he did. So for his health's sake, I'll try to go easy on him here because I may be an asshole, but unlike most young Republicans, I'm not a total piece of
Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever.
And the reason this story goes far beyond his fall at the gala is because apparently Alex is a huge reason why Trump got reelected. So let's break down who this gravity-defying young Republican is, because he's quite an interesting character indeed, and then we'll delve a little bit into the event itself and round it all out with a clip of him pulling a Mitch McConnell and freezing and falling over. And I'm not usually a conspiracy theorist, but it sure seems like there might be something in the Republican drinking water. Perhaps RFK Jr. already got around to removing the fluoride from it. And yes, that was a joke, but I promise you the rest of this video is not, and is a clear example of why we as progressives need to fight back against the permeation of this radical right-wing ideology. So if that is something you're interested in doing, please like the video, support the channel, subscribe, so we can get this message out there and fight back. Bruesewitz, the 27-year-old strategist tasked with making President-elect Donald Trump look cool in the eyes of younger voters during his 2024 presidential campaign, collapsed on stage while speaking at the New York Young Republicans Club Gala, celebrating Trump's re-election. Bruesewitz, the CEO of consultancy firm strategist, was listed as an honored guest at the marquee conservative event on Sunday, which also featured speeches by the likes of Steve Bannon and Nigel Farage. So you know, real class act company. And Alex is still admitted to a hospital in New York where he has undergone a series of tests, law firm CEO Joseph McBride wrote on social media. Please keep this young fighter in your thoughts and prayers. Because nothing is quite the cure-all as Republican thoughts and prayers, right? Potential seizures, bullet holes through children at schools, sprinkle some Republican thoughts and prayers on it, and everything will be fine and dandy. In fact, immediately after it, the only thing he asked was, did it look cool? So yeah, I think it's okay. Now, some are reporting it as a seizure, but it's still not clear exactly what caused the fall, and you can see for yourself in the clip I have for you in just a second. But the more important story here to unpack first is who exactly this guy is and his role in Trump's campaign. Because Bruesewitz, the CEO of strategist, was hired by Trump's campaign in the summer to help with youth outreach and communications. Here's a picture of him apparently making Trump look cool, which is crazy. You're telling me this guy needs help looking cool to the youth? And on the strategist website, Bruesewitz's bio claims he has been a fierce advocate for the America First movement and has worked tirelessly to promote policies that put the interests of American citizens first. Bruesewitz has been the driving force behind the efforts to defeat Republicans who fight against Trump and the MAGA movement and works to replace them with Republicans who fight for the values they hold dear. He shot to prominence in the Trump campaign when co-chair and now chief of staff Susie Wiles turned to him during the summer. The Trump campaign wanted the community to meet the real Trump, the man who could sit around the dinner table engaging with his staff, cracking jokes, and even teasing them as they talked about life and politics. So to do that, Bruesewitz began sending the message to the podcast community. Trump was prepared to bring his star power to them. With Bruesewitz telling the Daily Mail, the idea was, we are going to talk to the people who are disaffected by the mainstream media, that have tuned out from the mainstream media, who now get their news and entertainment from these podcasters. Trump and political strategists had already found value working with political podcasters like the Ben Shapiro Show and Dan Bongino, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, in addition to traditional hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Sean Hannity, and Hugh Hewitt. But Bruesewitz wanted to go further. He wanted in with the growing group of comedians and entertainers who are uncensored, funny, and rapidly building young audiences in the many millions, among them Trump's 18-year-old son, Barron. Bruesewitz works with Bannon on a list of interview ideas explaining to Trump the new media landscape that had millions of loyal followers. Trump got VIP access to UFC fights with Dana White. He was on Theo Von's podcast. He did Joe Rogan. And Alex himself even got a shout out from Trump on another comedian influencer, Andrew Schultz's podcast.
He's an influencer.
He's a good kid.
You know, I asked him, I said, Alex, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
And I wasn't.
Oh, you're not telling him he's got time
I said,
now. Yeah.
give him a little more time. What the hell? Can I override Alex? I don't know. Yeah. Unlike Biden, he can't. I can. I can say, Alex, I'm doing it. He'll say, thank you, sir. He's in deep trouble. We're in no trouble. Yeah. But I'll tell you what. I asked Alex. He's an influencer. You know, he's a big name influencer. I don't know if he's in this league. I don't know who the hell knows. But I said to him, knowing nothing about influencers, I said, who is the biggest of all the influencers, sir? That's the easiest question you've ever asked me. Who is it? You, sir.
True.
I said, really? I never thought of it. He said, you're the biggest. You have hundreds of millions of people.
And that media strategy clearly worked. Bruesewitz even published a book in 2022 titled Winning the Social Media War, How Conservatives Can Fight Back, Reclaim the Narrative, and Turn the Tides Against the Left. You know, really toned down rhetoric. And at that time, he billed himself as a top conservative political consultant, counting members of Congress and the Senate among his clients. Now, once again, I will say I am happy that he is okay. And sure, he can have my thoughts and prayers, but honestly, folks, it is hard for me to give a damn when he counts himself among the people from the clips at the top of the show, the people who helped Donald Trump get elected and win over the youth, and when he collapsed at the same event where you had Steve Bannon saying crap like this.
The Biden regime every day is working against the country and President Trump. They're exacerbating the problems in Ukraine. They're exacerbating the problems in Syria and the Middle East. They're exacerbating the problems with the Chinese Communist Party. They've shipped all our ammo out. And hey, I don't know, are they the guys who got the drones over New Jersey?
Oh no, I'm forgetting my words. But shame impeachment.
I don't know, bud. That didn't look that cool to me. Maybe try this. And I won't make any more comment on that part of the event in particular, other than reiterating I'm glad he's okay. But when you see this amount of far-right conservative influence online and the prevalence of this crap among young men, it is absolutely terrifying.
We will keep you down forever. You will never control your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie. Your body, our choice.
Especially coming from the ideological side that for years has been complaining about censorship and silencing and deplatforming, and now they have the biggest platforms on the face of the planet. So I guess the point here is we should be afraid, but more so, we need to be courageous and diligent and fight back against this crap. We need to elevate liberal voices and left-wing talking points and give these things a platform for younger audiences especially, and find new ways to engage. And there are plenty of channels to support that do this. And it is exactly what we are trying to do here at Really American. So if you agree and if you want to help us spread these ideas to more people and combat the far-right indoctrination of our youth, there is no better way than to smash that like button, subscribe, and support our work here at Really American. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next one.